what I was basically, just want to put my thoughts down before I forgot what I was thinking of. So what I'm seeing in your eye here, okay, this is your eyeball. This is sort of the anatomy of the eye, right? And you and I talked about how you're seeing nearsighted. You told me, like, I see up here, I don't see off in the distance. And I'm telling you the reason for that is because the lens that's in your eye is focusing the light about where my finger is. It's not focusing it back here in the retina, okay? So you hold something close to your nose, like what you're saying, it pushes that back onto your retina and you can see better. So there's two reasons that would happen. One would be that the lens is in a perfect position, exactly where I think it should be, but the power is just too strong. Well, the odds of that are just not good because to me it looks like it's coming at me. It's a little bit forward. It's kind of pushing forward like this, okay? The lens calculation was based on all the testing that we did beforehand, and that testing is usually quite accurate, okay? Doesn't mean that you can't have a surprise, but it's a less likely option. Two, sometimes what will happen, because what we're doing is we're taking your cataract, it's a sac of protein, we open the sac, we drain the protein, we put the new lens back in the sac. Sometimes clear fluid gets sort of trapped in behind the sac, almost creates like a weird little fluid blister behind the lens. It's called capsular distension syndrome, and it can actually put anterior pressure on the lens and sort of push, like my thumb, if I just had a little bit of gentle pressure push on that lens, sort of push it all forward over the course of 3 to 5 days, and kind of everything's kind of crammed back into the back of the eye, okay? And so if that's the case, the way to overcome that is honestly to dilate the eye. It sounds weird, but when you dilate the eye, you put everything on stretch, like a rubber band, when you stretch it back out, the rubber band goes from being slack like this, being stretched, all of a sudden things pop back to where they're supposed to be, right? So what I'm going to recommend that we do for you is actually give you a dilating eye drop today called atropine. It's going to open your pupil even more and hopefully push it all back.
Well, why is it still dilated right now?
I don't have a good answer for that. You could have potential partial ischemia in the peripheral iris. You've had narrow angles a long time. Sometimes the iris is just a little bit sluggish, and so when it opens up, it just doesn't really close back down fully. There are ways, if we needed to, talking months later, if it really proves that it's just not wanting to come off, there's two reasons why it's still dilated. One, you're just real sensitive to dilating medicine. You've never been dilated before, and your eyeball can take 2-3 weeks to come off of it, okay? Atropine is going to set that behind. If that's the case, the atropine is going to put you even more. But whatever, I don't really care. I want to get this lens back where I want it to be, okay? So, two, if you have the iris ischemia, that's also one of these things that, you know, we can't really predict or control or even know what's going on there with that. We can do things to bring that pupil size down. So there's a surgery that I can do called hysterclave, where I can kind of just bring your pupil back down to a normal size, all right? But we'll do that in the future if we needed to.
It is going down like a
little by little.
millimeter a day.
And it's moving, so that's the good sign. I had one guy who was like in his 90s, and we did a surgery on him, and I dilated his eye, and he was like, boom, like he was like, couldn't even see his iris.
Snorted meth on this side.
It was bizarre,
That's
right?
what I felt like. Oh, everybody's gonna look at me like I'm.
Tell me you went on a cruise and you had a patch behind your ear.
Is that it? That'll do the same thing?
Yeah, it does the same thing. But let's just see if we can get this to open up. And I just want to reassure you, you're only 1 week out, all right? So there's really nothing to beat that.
But what scared me the
Yeah,
most was we said you're gonna get distance, mid, and you might need reader. So I'm like, holy moly, I have a magnifying glass and I can't see anything else. I can't function like that.
Yeah.
That's what scares me.
That's because you had that crystal lens, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down too. Because the other thing with the crystal lens, that's a other can of worms, not worms, but another variable is the word to say. Sometimes what will happen with crystal lens is this. We put the lens in the eye thinking it's going to sit flat like a pancake, okay? But guess what? As it goes in there and the eye is trying to readjust, it kind of pops itself like that. And so now your lens could be sitting like this. And the muscles of the eye can't quite get it to lay flat to be able to bend and move it, okay? It's not kind of popped up, it's tight. And so sometimes we have to go in there and take up pressure and push it down and flip it the other way, and then it can kind of start to move around, right? So it could just be a weird
How are we
oddity.
gonna know which one it is? Whether it's the sac or that?
So it could be both. It could be something behind that pressure, the fluid blister, like I was talking about, pushing that crystal lens. Crystal lens it wants to bend.
Right.
That's the whole concept of that
Right.
lens, right? So most lenses are real stiff. Crystal lens is not. So, which we don't want it to be stiff. We want it to be able to move. But if there is a little fluid sac back there, it's going to pop that forward, right? And so the treatment for that would be to do a YAG laser. So it's a little laser that I have, a machine like this. You put your chin in, you look at the light. It's like clipping your fingernails or cutting your hair. There's no pain involved. We're just opening the sac in a little area, kind of almost like just create like a little place for the fluid now to exit off the back.
Kind of like the hole I already
Exactly.
have.
that one hurt because that had, in tissue with blood vessels and nerves and things. The scar, same laser, same setup, same everything, just lower power because we don't need as much energy. You won't feel it though. And what it does is it opens it up and allows the fluid to be able to push out of the way, and it lets this lens kind of fall back. Okay, and if not, we can go in there and physically push it back if we need to. But let's do this. I am not back on Thursday.
Well, I'm obviously not having surgery again
No.
Wednesday.
No, cancel that.
And,
Postpone it, I should say.
yeah, this is not,
Why do we always close this?
I can't even drive.
So we can try. I'm just going to block it up, postpone surgery. Can't drive.
No, I can't drive, I
Yeah.
can't see, I can't do anything. I mean,
We tell patients no driving for 1 month with surgery. This is why, because there's variables that come up and we don't really know. Everybody's a little bit different, right? And so we don't typically expect this. This is certainly outside of like the curveball that neither one of us really saw coming. I'm trying to tell you that there's logical reasons for what's going on here, and there's ways to deal with every single
well,
one
I'm
of these reasons.
figuring we're gonna fix it
We have
somehow.
to figure it. We have to figure out what it is exactly.
I
Right?
get you.
We'll get it fixed. It's gonna be slower recovery. I know you wanted to fast and go, and like I wanted that too. Nothing was wrong with the surgery. The wound
No.
looks great. The eye is healed. Your body's doing a nice job of not rejecting the lens, like all this stuff. So
So what,
To me,
how should I be treating myself?
how do you put it up that finger?
I've been
No,
really,
I don't want to dispense it. I just want you to put it in.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I've been very good.
Yes.
I haven't been doing work like I'm supposed to, or like I do. Been very good,
What kind
training
of work?
myself
What do you
in.
mean?
Remember I run horse rescue, lifting
Oh,
heavy
yeah,
buckets, hay
right,
bales,
right. That stuff
out
will
in
set
the
you back.
wind.
That'll set you back.
Right, I haven't been, so
Right.
should I continue? Right now I do have the help, just
Yeah,
No.
take the help for another week, like, or we'll give you an update, you know. But I wanna see you next week and see where you're at, okay?
Okay.
So I'm not back next Monday, I'm back next Thursday.
is what it is.
Unless you wanna drive down the hill and see me
I
soon.
can drive down, well, I can get it right down the hill. yeah.
I mean,
Let's
see
do
you,
that.
see you next Tuesday versus next
Thursday, what's the
Thursday,
difference?
there's really not a whole lot of difference, other than like maybe you're just feeling anxious and wanna see me sooner. I'm happy to
Well,
extend
if
it to you.
I,
I think if something changes, like it's substantially different, pain in the eye, like you think pus is coming out of your eye, something weird, not like quiet, happy eyeball, right? Come see me
okay,
sooner, right?
can I don't know if it'll be any different, but I cannot walk around like this, okay,
Yeah,
in public. Can I put the contact in my other eye and
Yeah.
try?
go ahead.
Because they told me not to because surgery, because they did the
Right.
measurements.
So let's just hold off on all that. We're postponing left eye until we get right eye, you happy, me happy, and we're all happy, okay?
Alright,
So go ahead and we're contacting left eye for now, all right?
perfect.
And then we'll go from there.
She's gonna atropine me right now and
Yes,
who knows, I could be dilated for 2 weeks.
this is a true statement. But if you are, that's good, it's gonna really put a nice stretch on
Okay.
it, so, okay?
Alright, thank
But,
you.
or next, next Monday. Oh, you know what, I'm actually next Monday in Rancho, I don't know if I'm at the Rancho office to see me.
I can go to
It's a little
Rancho.
sooner than Thursday.
Yeah, let's do that,
Okay,
if you
so
don't
it'll be
mind.
1 week from today, basically.
1 week from today, okay, they did not have me on the books today, so make sure I'm in the books then.
Yeah, they'll do it at the front desk.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,